Well, in maths today, we're going to be looking at pages 35 and 36 in your Maths CGP workbooks. So this is going to be looking at area and perimeter. So to start with, I'm going to go through some of the questions for perimeter. If we look at question 2a. Now, when I'm doing perimeter, when I'm finding my perimeter of the shape, I am looking for the outside. So if I had a rectangle, I'm measuring the distance all along the outside. So my area is my distance in the middle. This is my area, my space in the middle. But my perimeter is my distance all along the outside. So don't get confused between the two of those. If we look at question 2a, it says a square field has sides of 10 metres. How much fencing is needed to go around it? Now, when I have a square, I know that if one side is 10 metres, then all of my sides are also going to be 10 metres. The reason being is that with a square, all of my sides are equal. So I only really need to know one of the sides and then I can work out the perimeter for all of the sides. So this is also 10 metres, 10 metres and 10 metres. When I'm working out my perimeter, I have two steps. So my first step, measure the sides. So I've done that. I found my sides. And my second step is add up each side. So that's my second step that I need to do. So I've got all my sides, now I need to add them up. 10, add 10, add 10, add 10. Now I can just use repeated addition or I can break it down. It's 10 add 10 is 20. 10 add 10 is 20. 20 add 20 is 40. So my total perimeter for this question would be 40 metres because the measurement is in metres. Okay, if we now look at question 3c. So it says symmetrical 5-sided polygon perimeter. So they want us to find the perimeter of this shape. Now, don't get confused because it's not a square or a rectangle. You're doing the exact same thing. You're finding the perimeter of the shape. So they've given us some of the sides already, but some of them are missing. The key word here is the fact that it is symmetrical, which means it is the exact same on both sides. So if this length is 12 centimetres, I know that my opposite length, this one here, is also going to be 12 centimetres. I can do that really easily. And then this length is 6 centimetres. So if you look at it this way around, 6 centimetres on this side, so my other side also going to be 6 centimetres. So I've done my first step. I've measured the sides. Now what I need to do is add up each side. So I've got 12, add 6, add 6, add 12, add 8. So if I write that on my whiteboard, so I can remember it. I could write it down on another piece of paper to help you. Or you can write it down in your book here, there's spaces. It's 12, add 12 to my two sides here, add 8, add, and then I'm going to 6, add 6. So 12, add 12. Well, I know that 10, add 10 is 20. 2 add 2 is 4. So 12 add 12, or 12 times 2 is 24. Add 8, add, then I've got 6 times 2, or 6 add 6, which is 12. So 24, add 8, add 12. I know that 8 and 12 is 20. Just got 20, add 24. So if I do 24, 34, 44. So 20, add 24, 4, 4. So my total perimeter of this shape here will be 44 centimetres. And I'll write that there. Okay, so now move on to area. So when we're doing area, remember we're looking at the inside of the shape. So our perimeter was our outside, our area, we're looking at our inside. So there's two options when you're finding the area. Sometimes what you'll have to do is count the squares on the inside of your shape. So for example, in this question, I asked you to count the squares on the inside. But most of the time, what you will need to do is you'll need to multiply your length times your width. Now remember, you have two sides on a shape. So for example, if we have a rectangle, it would be our length. This would be our width. So when we're finding out our area, area equals length multiplied by width. And that will help us to find the area of the inside of the shape. So if we look at question 3, it's giving us a shape here, and it's asking us to find the area of each of the shapes. So we've got shape A, we've got shape B. So for shape A, first thing that we need to do is need to look for our length and our width. And it's already given us our length and our width, so it's done the easy job for us. 15 times 10. If I draw out my shape, this is shape A and this is shape B. So it tells me that my width is 10 and my length is 15. So if I'm using my rule that I already know, for shape A, I do 15 times 10. And I know that 15 times by 10 is 150. So in this box here, I'm going to do my length, which is 15, my width, which is 10. I know that my area is 15 times by 10, which equals 150 centimetres. Then I'll do the same for shape B. Then what you have to do is add up the total to find the area of your whole shape. So I'll let you get on with that on your own. I'm just going to show you one more example. So if we look at question 4, look at question A. It's told us our length and our width. So it said that the length of the shape is 10 centimetres. And it said that our width is 4 centimetres. So if my length and my width are different sizes, that means that it's not a square. It means that it's probably a rectangle. So I'm using the same thing. Area equals length times width. So do my length times my width. 10 multiplied by 4. 10 multiplied by 4 or 4 multiplied by 10 equals 40 centimetres. Okay, for my area, one thing I do need to remember is centimetres squared. So you always need to remember the little 2 at the top, which equals centimetres squared. So if I go back to my question, I do my length times my width. 10 multiplied 4, which equals 40 centimetres squared. Now it's already given it to us for us, but we do need to remember if it doesn't tell us centimetres squared for our area, it's always centimetres squared. Your perimeter, it's just centimetres, but when we're finding our area, it's always centimetres squared. Okay, those are the only questions that I'm going to go through with you today. Let us know if you have any problems.